Storms defensively on those Vikings instead.
That would have helped a great deal. But let's go into our third map. Wolf, it is going to be that merry-go-round. Will be TaeJa's map. He should be pretty confident to try and close this one out. And he is looking primed to do it. He is looking great. He's looking in shape. And Terminator still trying to find traction here in the series.
Yeah, I mean, there was a pretty good lead there for Terminator in that last game, in my opinion, but just went into Phoenixes, and that late game comp he tried to build didn't work out. TaeJa on fire. One win away from moving on to that main tournament. Let's go into game number 3. Top right in the red. 0-2 on his last life. It's Terminator. Fitting music for this last moment here, potentially for him. The top left, big fan favorite, the international player for the foreign team. It's TaeJa. Doesn't even need both hands. Drinking that Picari sweat.
Got to stay hydrated. Yeah, he's looking fantastic. Able to deal with the pretty unorthodox composition from Terminator, something we don't see very, very often. And there is a reason why. It's because it can fall apart like that, I guess. There's a lot of gas being put into Phoenix and upgrades and Colossi as well. But yeah, I do agree with you, Wolf. He did need that Storm.
I mean, even against that many Ghosts, I feel like the Storms hit the Vikings before the Ghosts can get close enough. And it forces the Terran to engage a lot more carefully. Looks like we're going to see at least a very economic gateway here. So a lot of probes were queued up there. Definitely not a 10 gate. Looks like it's going to be 13.
Yeah.
Our observer just highlighted that, which made me think it was a Nexus first, but it's actually not.
Not yet.
Not yet. Not this time. And I figured out, I think, the reason why TaeJa keeps picking his arm up like that. I think it's because his coat, his jacket, keeps going down next to his wrist, so he's got to shake that off so he can use his mouse hand a lot better. Because it's cold, man. He's got to wear the jacket. I'm actually surprised Terminator's not wearing anything bigger in there. Maybe he's a robot like the Terminator from the movie.
Maybe, Wolf. Maybe, man.
Early SCV scout is actually going to the incorrect location, unfortunately, for TaeJa.
I actually met a Lava Man once upon a time.
Who?
Lava Man.
Who's that?
The In Control. He can actually walk out in the cold in a t-shirt and be completely fine.
Yeah.
And we asked him how, and he said, "I'm Lava Man."
Is that what he said?
That's what he said.
Oh, I thought he was In Control.
No.
Now I know his true identity. Oh, God, I just said this on stream now. Everybody knows.
Oh, I guess we gave it away, but it's okay. Sure he doesn't mind.
Yeah. Well, some people just have that power. I certainly don't, man. I wear leggings under my pants, man. That's how I keep warm.
Wow. That's something you also said on stream, Wolf.
Yeah. You know what? I like to keep warm.
I like to keep warm, too. I bought a scarf.
Yeah. It's nice. It looks good on you.
Yeah, it's a really big one, too. We are going to see that Nexus go down before the SCV. It's in there to scatter it all.
Yeah, no block either.
No block.
So there's the cancel on the Zealot. See that Mothership core coming out first. Meanwhile, back at home, rather than a Reaper, we actually see a faster tech with that gas. So it's going to be factory tech versus Stargate tech.
Less favorable map to go Reapers on because there's only one way into the main base, which kind of makes sense. I do agree with what TaeJa decided. And we are seeing that Stargate from Terminator. Which
Very
is,
well said.
Thank you. And I wonder if it's going to be that Oracle. I truly hope so, because if we see Phoenix again, we may just see Terminator.
Well, I like going into, say, Oracle into 1 or 2 Phoenixes for drop defense, max 3.
I like
and then
one.
Transitioning.
I like one Phoenix. One Phoenix only. To scout, pressure the drop, stop drops from coming on the map. Gives you also another great scouting tool, and gives you the ability to lift up mines if they try and drop with mines.
Yep, that's something else to keep in mind. I really like it just for that flexibility, but I don't like the commitment to Phoenix Colossus. I feel like that comp is outdated. You know, it's something that worked a lot in the early stages of Wings of Liberty, and I guess even sort of through the middle stage of Wings of Liberty, but it's kind of like one of those builds you see on the Masters ladder, like PVT, but at the pro level against somebody like TaeJa, he's going to figure you out. And
well, especially if you just sit in your base. Like, Sure, he was on 4 bases, but TaeJa was like also making the composition to deal with it, and Terminator was just like eventually caught out, and I'm like, well, Terminator, you probably had to do something, either surprise TaeJa with that build, or go for something different. And a great Widowmine placement. We're gonna have to see if this Oracle's gonna go down. We did see actually that Terminator did not take any notice last time he was using his Oracle.
Yeah, not at all. That's a really good point. Oh, he's going to want to surf around these Marines, though.
Yeah, he can kill them if he wants, and he will.
Actually, you're absolutely right.
He's got lust in his eyes. He's like, I'll deal with damage, and he got tricked.
Blocked by that satellite.
You know what
dish.
it was? It was a bait. He said, you can kill these 3 Marines, and you can have like that moment of like bloodlust where you're like, now the SCV line is open. But wrong. It was a trap all along.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely what we're seeing here. I mean, there's no way to know with certainty, but I think that's a pretty good assessment, Moonglade, of the situation. Now, another drop is coming down here, this time from TaeJa. And there is that Phoenix. And he's going to commit to 2, at least. I like this. He doesn't have very many Stalkers out. Doesn't have any extra gateways yet, so it's the only drop defense he's going to have. And like you said, that lift against the Widowmine is so important.
Yeah.
Oh, undetected, though.
Ooh, he's going to put it down on the ramp. He should do at the very least. So he can kind of get the control of like, one side of the base. And looks like he will.
Yep, exactly like
but
we predicted.
Same time, there is an observer.
Oh, he's targeting down that mothership core. Nexus kind of gets off, but still, is he going to save it? He does.
Oh, doesn't get it, yeah. Big mistake.
Widowmine still on the ramp here.
Yeah. And it's going to get cleaned up because that observer is at the perfect time. And nice try from TaeJa, man. At the very least, he forced out the photon overcharge. If he can keep these Marines alive, it's not all is lost. Just losing a Widowmine and 1 Marine.
Well, this wasn't like his opener, right? It was a faster tech because he was able to get that that build without a Reaper. You know, he had that extra gas, so he did defend the Oracle really well, and it was just kind of some counter pressure. He was hoping to get some damage with it. It wasn't like, okay, this is the strat. Let's see how much damage this drop does. It's like, okay, if the drop does a lot of damage, this is a nice bonus.
Yeah.
Quite a few gates being added here. At least, you know, getting them up early. I don't hope that we see that same Phoenix opening from before, because he really just didn't seem to have the mastery to deal with the late game massive.
We are kind of seeing that again, aren't we, Wolf? We were seeing him add more and more Phoenix. I think he might be going for timing this time. Maybe he added a lot more gateways.
Yeah,
he's still got a long way to go with Colossus range, though.
Here's what I think we might see. Exactly, I'm glad you mentioned the Colossus range. Is when Colossus range finishes, he has enough Phoenixes, 2 Colossi, and a bunch of Stalkers, and he just tries to wipe everything with his Colossi. He goes in for the attack, and once he wipes out the small Viking count with his Phoenixes, he picks up Marauders and just ends the game. We've seen this before. This is, again, kind of a Wings of Liberty strat. So let's see if this actually pays off. He's adding a ton more gateways right now, powering up just for that type of timing attack. No probes being made. I actually think this is exactly what we're going to see.
The Marine catches the probe. It's going to help out a little bit, but doesn't take notice.
And if he goes over and sees an empty pylon, it might not mean anything. Those are just really spotter pylons for drops. Because that would be an unexpected drop route that TaeJa might take, where you might miss it with the Phoenixes. So yeah, I like taking that extra precaution, adding those pylons. This is the real pylon.
Only 1 Colossi so far. TaeJa can apply a lot of pressure and maybe force Terminator to show his hand. Maybe show these Phoenix and be like, okay, this is your build again.
He just doesn't want to commit too far with a very Marine-heavy count like this. Ooh, I don't know. Oh, good force fields. Traps that Marauder. He's going to get that Widowmine as well, most likely. Oh, gets it.
Sees the Phoenix as well.
Misses the Observer. Very important here. So that means he's still got detection.
I think we're going to see this Phoenix trying to pick up a lot of this Bio at some point.
Wow. Picks up the Widowmine even to stop it from going off. And these Colossus shots are so deadly. They're so dangerous. The first 2 Vikings are about to pop out now. And he's just going to start picking up Marauders, just like I said.
Oh, great focus fire on the Phoenix, though.
And a good time warp here by Terminator. A few Stalkers actually coming from behind. Not going to end up trading the best, though, but they do slow this army down as it's trying to retreat. This could have gone a lot better for Terminator, but still a huge army barreling down now on TaeJa. Those 2 extra bunkers are not ready yet. Another good time warp here. Slows down that Bio. And Medivacs trying to desperately heal here as the last Vikings fall. I guess I should say first Vikings fall as well to the Phoenixes.
Yeah, and that's 3 Colossi, and only 2 bunkers left with a lot of SCVs going down. 12 so far. And from here, I'm pretty sure he should be able to finish this up. There, one Colossi actually ends up dropping. 17 SCVs died during this. How does TaeJa hold on?
Well, the problem is that the next wave of units is going to get even stronger and stronger every time. With the range on the Colossi, with no Vikings to protect these bunkers, they just go down left and right. Going to get burst down this time. Mothership Core will fall. He doesn't need it anymore. Phoenix is still tanking those Viking shots, which means the Colossi can do all the extra damage from
Colossi
behind.
running out of buffer again. You know, there's still enough bio to try and pick some off.
He needs those Zealots to actually get up at the front. They're a bit late.
Oh, there's only 2 Marauders there.
Just not enough. Look
Yeah.
at the supply for TaeJa. He's lost too much momentum here, and now his ramp is controlled. GG.
GG.
Same smile when he loses as when he wins.
Yeah, well, when you're 2 games ahead, I guess it doesn't matter too much. Terminator finally taking a win with his unorthodox style, his old school style, showing that he does have what it takes to be here today.
Already we saw a 2-0 victory for our previous Terran player get reversed. So this is definitely something where you have a huge advantage for TaeJa, but Terminator can absolutely pull it back. And this was a really similar style, like you said, to unorthodox, a bit old school, but he did it a different way. He really threw TaeJa off. TaeJa was out on the map